prefer dating pookies than good, or solid bros.
Okay.
And the bros that was asking these questions were actually like these are successful bros. Like I'm not talking about like like incels, like dudes that like work at McDonald's or some shit. Not like flipping burgers, not just managers because they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But like these were like regular freaking bros that are like engineers, mechanical engineers, coders, right?
Yeah.
And they, and I respect them because they're standing up to saying like, hey, we're no longer going to accept raising Pookie's child. I'm like, thanks, right? I respect that, right?
Enough.
But the problem was these dudes actually don't talk to women at all. They actually do. They actually do not have an idea of how to talk to women. So there was an article on Medium, right, which was actually on the white side of the internet, right? And then I go into these spaces over the weekend, and like I'm gonna read something that one of the brothers said in like the group chat that I'm in. He was like, in my opinion, you guys did good, but you shouldn't have allowed men that are actually incels to speak. Now, this is all black men in this group. Also, you could have diverted the conversation away from sex and women since that's his field. His is the pookie. All right? I'm impressed with the courage shown. And so am I. Like, bro, when I tell you that those bros who are actually not getting laid, when I tell you that they were like holding court, with the pookie, and the only thing that the pookie was saying is like, y'all don't get bitches. like literally that's all he was saying over and over again. Like, I'm gonna let y'all hear like how crazy this live stream was.
Intellectual. Bro. 2 days ago, this nigga has not stopped tweeting every 6 minutes.
Let's not be emotional. Listen, bro.
What's wrong with you niggas?
Why are you being so emotional? Wait. Why are you being so emotional right now? That sounds a mess.
Dude, when I tell you, and it was a mess, right? But here's the thing. There's the pookie, right? He's by himself. There's 6 guys that are college educated, that are engineers. They cannot rein him in. Right? So no one really understands like how to have the question of, what's going on, when it comes to women. And one of the things that I realize is that men are not used to being rejected anymore. Right? So, and like, I was talking to one of my boys and I was like, yo, we were just talking. We were just like, how when we was in college and, like what it was like, like, man, you had to shoot your shot and like, shit, sometimes you guys get shot down.
Facts.
And we was like, yo, these guys aren't really experiencing that because, if you meet on a day nap, right, it's already an interested woman. You don't see all the women that swipe left on you. Right? You just see the women. Yeah, you just see the women that swipe right on you. If you're gaming, in these gaming communities, you have a mutual interest, but you haven't really had a conversation in person. So it was like, yo, so when these guys do get out here in the real world, like, do they even understand how to hold a conversation?
No, they don't know.
Do they understand like the ideal of being interested and interesting? And like I said, we went back and forth in the group chat. And I was just like, yo, fellas, there's no way that we can say we're pro-black and we want to save the black community if the only thing we're going to do is, save yourself black man to extinction, right? And y'all know I came in here last week because I was pissed off how y'all went off at Simone. I'm not really save yourself black man because I still believe that you have to. There's no way to have progenies if you don't get married, right? Out of wedlock babies is the destruction of the community, right? So if you want children, it has to be in marriage, right? So you, as a man, you're going to have to marry a woman, and y'all will have to have kids and raise those children together. And that's why I'm like, yo, we're going to just go into this way deeper next week. Okay. Because it's too much to go into. Like even the article when I was just reading it, and they were just saying like the things that men are bad at now. And I was reading it, and I was like, some of the shit ain't wrong. Like 45% of college educated women can't find a man to meet their expectation. And y'all know I always shoot y'all bell, and I always tell y'all like, most of the time this is financial, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that shit, right? Like the whole point of equality was there's going to be women that make more money than me, right? So the financial shit's going to fall on you if you want equity, equality, and inclusion.
Okay.
So if you make more money and you're like, nah, I'm not paying this, I still want you to take me out. Well, I already know that you're a fake feminist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want equity, equality, and inclusion. What you want is for me to pay for everything and you pay for nothing. That's what is that? Indentured. Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. Men are not intellectually keeping up. Was the first complaint. I can see that. Men have lost the art of conversation.
Oh, I know that.
That too is the problem. Let's see here. Men only want casual sex. Now, I call bullshit on this because I hate when women sit around and pretend that they're not the ones that keep Adam and Eve in business. It is not us. We're not keeping romance novels and sex toy companies in business. Well, we're doing it in the sense of we're spending our money to get you y'all shit.
Yeah.
But look, it's not like that's bullshit. Men don't put in any effort, and this is the point that I really wanted to dwell in on because it's like the clip in one of the Charlotte groups where the young lady was. What did she say? She was like, I went out to the club, and all the men were just smoking hookah and buying drinks for each other. They didn't buy any drinks for any of the girls there. And I'm like, yo, it really sounds like the boys are just hanging out with the boys.
Yeah.
But you know, when men have been like, yo, if you approach a woman, you shot down. Like women were recording dudes hollering and posting the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like screenshotting shit. You're kind of creating this environment. But with all that being said, men are intimidated by successful women. That's bullshit. And we'll go over this next week. I say all this to say, when I was in the group with the bros, I did realize that men are afraid of rejection.
Facts.
And one of the things that I want y'all to understand is that rejection is part of the game. Like, so to answer the question, why do modern men fail at dating? I think y'all have been gaslit to believe that just because a guy is tall, just because a guy is good looking, that he gets all the women. He does not. He does not get all the women. He does fail. You know, he might get more women than you, but he might not. If your game is good, and not only that, dude. If you were to put 5 dudes up in front of women, right? If you were to put Brad Pitt, Matthew McConaughey, Idris Elba, Michael Ealy, and give me another track.
Michael B. Jordan.
Hey, I add a 6th one, Jason Momoa. If you were to put those 6 guys up in front of women, and you was like, hey, pick out the most attractive guy, right? Women would pick one guy and she'd say the rest of them are ugly. I lie to you not. That is how their brains work. If you were to put 6 attractive women in front of a man and say, pick out the ugly one, a man would say they're all fine.
You might gotta. Okay.
A man would say they're all fine, right?
Take us. Look, we about to be out of here because now I gotta know.
Yeah. So I go out and say we'll finish this up next week, man. Because I know we already went over today. But the reason why modern men fail at dating is because you're afraid of rejection. You cannot be afraid of a no, bro. Like I could. You know what, man? Let's run a skit real quick here. I am going to text somebody that I have not talked to in a long time.
This about to go left, Jesus.
Yeah, probably. I got an email from Going saying that trips to London are $505, right? So I am going to text someone no, not bad at all, man. I'm gonna text someone in London. And I'm gonna be like,
this is live.
Just need a reason. I should have did this earlier. Because they might be London 5 hours ahead, so she might be at dinner now.
Yeah, with her man.
Could be with her man. And I have not texted this person in over a year.
You know my favorite it's a TikTok that's going around, and this black dude he's talking to this white guy. They doing like a little street video.
It is red.
See?
Let's see if we get a response.
That was quick.
Yeah. It was red. I haven't been responded to. I have not texted this person since March of last year. And I'm doing this for a reason because I think y'all dudes are so afraid of rejection that you be like, man, what if she go cuss me out? What if she's, gonna say who is this? And I'm like, yo, this is part of it. This is somebody that I have not talked to since March.
And what is an L? An L is just move on, bro.
That's it, man. You gotta learn from it. And I think men are really, really upset with this. And because I know y'all be like, yo, Pastor Mike Will don't get any women. Here, look at this. You might pause. I want you to look in that mirror. What do you think?
She fine.
What do you think about this?
Oh, she fine. Right. Oh, she got hips.
Yeah, what do you think about this?
She got
All right. So I know y'all go through this whole thing like, oh, Pastor Mike Will don't really talk to anybody.
Hey,
so
she got hips.
Yeah. So
she all right.
All right, she has not responded, but I'm gonna read the response when it comes because I want y'all to know that like, yo, it is nothing wrong with shooting your shot and airballing that motherfucker.
And I put it like this. Mike said it.
She said that was so random. That was her response.
Look, the door ain't closed.
That door's not closed. You cannot be afraid of rejection.
You know what?
There you go. That was so random.
She did right there.
Yeah.
Mike literally just sent a picture of the flight
and said, "Just need a reason."
Look. And so
shoot.
The joke about life is I work with a lot of young kids, whether in my profession, and it's too easy. I think that's the reason why modern men fail. to go. It's so easy that they are scared.
They're afraid because you're wondering like what she's going to say. Like she could have said anything, and you like, I don't know who this is. Is it her man? Is it a wrong number? And it's like, of course everything could go wrong, but everything could also go right.
Yeah,
you don't know unless you try.
We make it easy for they learn in the text. Like I remember, and you remember it more than I do, but I remember like if I liked a girl at school, I didn't talk to her over the summer. Right? Like I did not speak to her. It was no communication. I was glad when we finally got off of dial-up. Because when she did dial-up, you had to hope they was on AOL Messenger. You know what I'm saying? So like I remember once the internet really came into play, it's like, oh, these chat rooms, hopefully they're there. Now these kids can text, they can communicate. They don't never have to speak to nobody. The dating apps. You know what I'm saying? I remember during the summer when I used to want to go to camp, my mom was like, hell no. Like, what you doing? Like, we're not doing that. That's why we always had to talk to girls at church because we knew we'd be there 4 days a week. You know what I'm saying? It was tough, but now it's so easy. And like you said, they are so scared of rejection. And you know what? The same thing that makes their communication easier is the same way they get destroyed. So these kids are mad that, she gonna screenshot my cornball lines and post it online.
And that could get screenshot, like literally, like
Look at this podcast, nigga.
Yeah, I don't think she know I have a podcast. I try to keep those two worlds separate.
One day that's gonna benefit you.
For good reason. But anyway, she could very easily screenshot that, send it to her friends, and be like, "This motherfucker ain't talked to me in a year."
Facts.
And then he's sending me a email, screenshot talking about just need a reason.
Yeah, but you know how it is.
Oh, hey, let me read the response off. How long will you come for?
See. We in there.
Shoot, brother.
The podcast will be recorded from London.
Just want to let y'all know that.
Look, man.
Live and on air, man.
Look, it only took a couple minutes.
I'm going to get y'all boys right, man. I'm not going to let y'all fall. Not going to let y'all fail, man.
Get them right. Look, man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I know it was a little bit longer, but, y'all ain't got shit else to listen to. I want to thank y'all. Please tune in. You got anything going on this weekend?
Nah, I'm good. When this pod drops, if she makes it to the end, I'm be in so much trouble.
Facts, but she'll be good, man. We ain't gonna let him get this far. I mean, we will, but
it's a low pod, so I figure I'd take the shot.
Absolutely.
And my girl won't hear this.
Yeah, we good. Anyway, man, with that, we're gonna holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.
Yo, what's up, fam? What's up, man? That was an old clip. I like starting these shows with some of our old clips, seeing how far we've came. Oh my goodness, we've came a long way. So hope y'all enjoy that, man. I like opening up with the older clips, man. I think I'm gonna do more of that. So as time go along, I'll correct the visuals. We'll have more. It'll look better. We'll have more fun. So I appreciate everybody that's coming in. I'm Pastor Mike Will from Black Dads Club. Appreciate y'all coming in, spending your 9 o'clock hour with me. Tonight we're gonna go over talent acquisition tips. That's how we always start the show. We're gonna talk about Paul Pierce. And it's funny enough, I found this clip, and it kind of goes into the conversation with Paul Pierce where they're talking about French Montana and dating women over the seas. We briefly talked about that today on the pod. We did have a new podcast that dropped today. It'll be on YouTube probably within the next 48 hours. Big ups to our executive producer, Gavin, for all his hard work, despite all of our constant bickering behind the scenes, to bring you this tremendous product, because Black Dads Club is a tremendous product. Let's see here. Oh, we're going to start out with TA. We're going to talk about the Paul Pierce clip. And then I also have a clip from Kenyon Martin's show where they're discussing whether or not Draymond Green is a good NBA player, which I actually love, because I am not a Draymond Green fan. I do not think he's a tremendously great player, but I don't bash him, because when I bash him, it kind of takes away from LeBron greatness. Y'all know I'm a LeBron fan. But hey, appreciate all y'all coming in tonight. At Gavin B is actually in the Instagram chat. Once this is great visually, just give you guys a heads up, we're going to move everything over to YouTube. So we'll come here for like the first 15, 20 minutes, and then for the rest of the night, everything's going to be on YouTube. Not tonight, but in the future, that's what it's going to look like. Feel free, if you're in the chat in TikTok, I can see it. If you're in the chat in Instagram, I can see it. If you're in the chat on YouTube, I cannot see it because I only have a large curve screen. I do not have two screens, and I probably do need to add another screen at some point in the near future. Today's pod did drop. Let me see what the titles look like real quick. Feel free to drop any questions in the chat. I will get to them. I won't miss them because it's not like we're that busy yet. But I enjoyed this with y'all, man. I enjoy y'all coming on Wednesday nights. So if you're here, I'm assuming that you enjoy it also. And I really, really appreciate that time. Where am I at? Podcast. Let's see here. Today pod did drop. I am subscribed on Apple. If you are not subscribed to the podcast, please subscribe to the podcast on Spotify or Apple. It helps tremendously. If you watch us on YouTube, please subscribe. YouTube will continually put us in your feed, but you need to subscribe to really, really help the pod and the program. That's the best way to help us, guys. Appreciate you sharing it if you share it, but for the sake of the pod, please like and subscribe. Let's see here. Let's pull up this week's episode because I have Black Dads Club. This week's pod is called The Art of Self-Hate, featuring RG3. We start off with Gavin with his list of haters that he keeps in a notebook. We talk about Simp of the Week, DJ Act, taking other men's women out of the country, and then complaining about it. Gavin discussed his bout at the NAACP. Bleacher Report. So we do talk some NBA here for a good 10 minutes at the 22-minute mark. That's probably when the pod really gets interesting. All of it is interesting if you love us. If you don't really love us and you hate us, jump to the 22-minute mark. We go over Bleacher Report top 10 players of all time and discuss is Kobe where he belonged and if Bill Russell's overrated. But for 10 minutes, we talk about RG3. At the 45-minute mark, dating, right, which kind of goes into the line with the show today. And we talk about the new dating coaches. Nick Cannon has a dating pod coming out. You have Dr. Bryant that's been talking about dating. Ask the Dad segment question is, can I actively listen to my girl when she's complaining? So on this one, we kind of give you tips and tricks into how to ignore your woman. And then we finish it up with Fox Sports canceling shows. And remarkably, we really didn't talk a lot about Joy Taylor today. So that was actually unique. But yeah, welcome to Late Night with Pastor Mike. Black Dads Club. Appreciate y'all being in here. Appreciate to the people that's popping in. If you're here for a minute or if you're here for 5 minutes, if you're here for the whole show, I definitely appreciate you guys showing up. Appreciate you guys being supporters of the pod and all that goodness. Let's go to talent acquisition tips of the week. So y'all know in my day job, I actually am a talent acquisition professional. So I love it. I did sales my whole life. I always call myself a sales guy. So I moved into talent acquisition. I enjoy it so much. And one of the things that I do like is because the majority of our audience is male. Typically we are between 80 and 90% of male podcasts, which is very, very high. And the vast majority of the people that listen to the pod are between the ages of 24 and 45. So a lot of you guys are upperly mobile, you're professionals, and I love that. And I love that I'm able to come in and provide you guys with some tips and some tricks and some things that'll help you, things that you might be wondering, concerned about. I give you guys one. A lot of people think that it hurts them when they fill out the race at the end of any time you fill out an application. It really don't. Recruiters do not see that. It only shows up, honestly, if you're hired. You know, it doesn't show up whenever you're applying. So I always tell y'all, they know who you are when they read your name on the resume, right? Everybody knows who you are. And it's not something to really be concerned about. Always fill that information out because if there is a class action suit to come because a company is actively discriminating, the federal government, at some point, they will get back to doing what's right. They will take that information that's been captured. So always fill out that information. Never worry about that. That's not even my tip for the night. But here's the thing, right? I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on about 3 things that you need to do whenever you're applying for a job. For one, go ahead and throw that summary out of your resume. Your resume is not your autobiography. No one wants to read it. No one likes to read it. Sometimes people have to review 500 resumes. They are not reading your summary, right? It's going to sound bad. We don't care. All right, we don't. All right, so take that part out because you can probably add other things to it and make your resume a lot easier to read. The second thing is interviews are not about how much I like you. All right, interviews are about skills. I say this and I'm going to keep saying this. Whenever you apply for a job, look at the preferred qualifications, right? Not the qualifications. Look at the preferred qualifications because those are the people that they want to interview immediately. If you do not match the preferred qualifications, you're probably not going to get a call back. You don't have to meet all of them because typically they'll have several, right? But you need to meet one of them, right? And if you meet one of them, or if you're going to meet one of them in the next couple weeks, not couple months, but next couple weeks, put that in your most recent job description and write about that, right? So if preferred qualification, I always talk about Microsoft Excel because it's a skill that everyone really needs to have if you want to go into managerial or high administrative work. So when I say high administrative, I'm talking about project manager, even project coordination, data analyst. Excel kind of tells how fast you learn and how much you know, right? So I always use that as an example. So if a job says preferred qualifications, advanced Microsoft Excel skills, all right, and you're a novice, right? Let's say you know how to create formulas. Yeah, formulas would be novice. You know how to use formulas. You know how to create sheets, but you're not the best at lookups, right? Put it in your resume, right? You're not really lying. Oh, who's in Asia? Foreign cakes. Hey, we appreciate you coming logging in from Asia. Tell me where you are and what time it is. But when you go to if that's preferred qualifications, make sure that that's in the first job that you list. All right, because I don't care how great your personality is. If you can't do what that hiring manager needs you to do, you're not going to get an interview. All right, so. Get rid of the summary. Some people are going to tell you that you need it. I promise you, nobody's reading that. So your resume doesn't need to tell us that you are in autobiography, right? Interviews are about skill. It's not about personality, all right? You need preferred qualifications. Show us that you can do it, right? And the last thing is most people that are interviewing you do not know the job that they're interviewing you for in the future. Okay. They most recruiters or people that you talk to that are screening you have no clue what that job entails. Because guess what their job is? Human resources. Right. And they might have to do onboarding. They might have to do offboarding. They might have to do drug tests. It's not they don't care about your personality. Right. So when you speak to someone, be able to speak to what they're asking you. Because the hiring manager is the person that's really going to drill in. So if you're trying to get through a phone interview or a phone screen, it's not about your personality. No one cares, right? It's not about how pretty you are, right? No one cares. Or how handsome you are. Nobody cares, all right? Get rid of the summary. Do not care if you was the captain of whatever, the president of whatever in college, the volunteering whatever. Get rid of that. Nobody cares. Take that off your resume. Focus on your skills in your phone screen, right? Make sure your skill is tied to whatever the preferred qualifications are. I think I've been saying this for about the past 3 weeks. It's for a reason, okay? So, and remember that the person that's screening you, they don't know the job, right? They just know what to look for. So speak to it. So that's my talent acquisition tip for the week. Now, I know why you're here. I know why you're here. Because you want to talk trash. All right? So let me pull up. So should we start with this? Are you a real pastor? Yes, you're in my congregation. Do I need to pass the offering pan for you to believe that I'm a real pastor? do I need to pass the offering pan around? Because I'll pass it around. I am almost certain. I'm almost certain Cash App is Black Dads Club. Almost certain. Pay your tithes and see. Pay your tithes and you will see. Hey, so where y'all want to start? Do we want to get into do we want to get into basketball first, or do we want to get into Paul Pierce talking about dating? I ain't got it, big fella. You got it. You got it, Miss Overseas. Where you say you was at? I missed that. Where did you say you was at? Let me scroll back up here. Thursday at 9:25. You playing Secret Agent? I can't even see it. All right, let me see here. Paul Pierce, y'all. Yeah, oh, let's start with the Paul Pierce then. Let's see here. All right, so Paul Pierce had made a comment. Let's see here. All right, I got it. Y'all gotta give me a sec because I gotta add it, and then I gotta keep y'all chat open. All right, where we at? Why is display capture all the way down there? See, this is where I need help in life. All right, let's restart this. Let's play it.
He's dating the Princess of Dubai. She's cracking. He's publicly out with her. They're like official couple online, everything. So he said, "Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out the country with it." The Princess of Dubai. She's cool. She looks like.
How does she become the princess?
I have no idea. She obviously is the
daughter of a queen.
Yeah, or a king.
Jeez, that's major.
So he's out and about with her, living their best life. She's like this blonde situation. She's like white. Country. She's appreciation night. Some out.
Man, I'm telling you.
Out the country.
Us black men, I'm telling y'all, we need to follow in French Montana steps. You see, he cracking.
He's cracking.
He's like, man, I'm out here with these. No, I'm good.
Don't listen to Paul. There's women in the States that are cool and a vibe.
No, it ain't. The States women, they don't have the same values as you.
All right. This is not gonna be a bash women segment. So the ladies, do not worry. I don't do that. I love y'all. Y'all are annoying, but I do love y'all, right? But I want to say this. Everybody's saying like French Montana. Everybody's like, oh, he's dating the Princess of Dubai. We talked about this briefly on the pod. French Montana is not light skinned. He's a Moroccan. And there's a really good chance that not only is he a Moroccan, there's a really good chance that French Montana probably comes from a very astute family in Morocco. Okay. All right. No one is getting a Arab princess if you're not Arab or Muslim. Okay, he's not getting it because he's a rich rapper, and I don't even know how rich of a rapper is. One of my favorite songs is French Montana. What's the name of that song? Everybody knows. He only has one song, but maybe he has more than one. He only has one that I like. All right, but I need everybody to understand that. First and foremost, he's not getting this because he's a rapper, right? And he's also not a black man. He's Moroccan. North Africans might argue the point, but let's go to part two.
It's American women. That's the majority.
No, not every woman is doing that though. I'm not doing that.
Pop that. That's it.
More women in America doing that than out the country.
I can agree, but they're out the country. Women are getting paid $25 to have sex with anybody. Colombia, go there, Brazil. So please kill it because
sex in Colombia is not $25, okay? Like, y'all got to stop saying that. There's nowhere in the world that you can fly into a major airport that sex is $25, okay? Stop saying that.
Anyways, yeah.
I mean, only difference between there and here is the prices up over here.
Yeah, well, don't try to say their values are so different than us shaking ass. No, they are. They're doing it. And they're getting shitted on, shaking ass, and all type of stuff. Yeah. Listen, so don't try it.
Man, I ain't trying nothing, but I'm just saying, like, right now, if you ain't taking a girl shopping, if you ain't got no bread, if you it's almost impossible to get a girl out here. If you every day. Like, you go overseas, you can get a broke nigga, right? Go overseas, you got a couple hundred.
You can get her because he got a couple.
He gonna feel appreciated. American women values, or us as American people values as a black man here, why would I want to pursue an American woman who thinks that if I'm not on the internet shaking ass or showing my body off, that I'm not cracking? Because that's what the majority think, and that's what the majority do to just feel appreciated. Like how do I even have a relationship when I'm dating a girl and she on the internet thing turning around.
You love to do the turning around.
Doing all this, but then the day she get mad at me when every day they flooding her comments, complimenting her like, "Oh, you look so good, baby." Like, how do I compete with that? Like, you go overseas, you can get a broke nigga, right? Go overseas, you got a couple hundred.
You can get her because he got a couple.
He gonna feel appreciated.
All right, well, Foreign, good night. Appreciate you popping in. Appreciate you following the pod. So Paul Pierce is kind of getting his back kicked in for the past week or so because everybody got mad and he kind of went in on Dr. Bryant. This is what I want to point out about Paul Pierce, right? No matter how we feel about Paul Pierce, take his name out of it, right? Take who you know Paul Pierce is, right? If Paul Pierce, right, if a guy, let's say his name is Ricky Bobby, right? If Ricky Bobby walks in and he's 6'7", he's one of the top 30 men in the world at what he does, right? He's worth $100 million. He jump out of the AMG whatever, right? I think we all would say that this guy is going to be the type of man that women want, right? Now, we're looking at Paul Pierce because Paul Pierce has a habit of coming online way too sauced and doing things that we would think someone of Paul Pierce stature wouldn't do, right? So take that out of it, right? Paul Pierce is saying, now, I played a clip at the very, very beginning of the pod, right, where we talked about men shooting their shots, right, and what that looks like, right? And that was a clip from last year. That was a 2024 clip, right, that we had this conversation. And I'm having this conversation again because guys are actually saying that they don't want to shoot their shot, right? I have a thread that's going right now that has probably about 80 comments on it. Somebody else poll where I'm telling young men, hey man, don't lose your ability to shoot your shot. Like, don't lose it, right? Don't be afraid of rejection, right? Now I'm not telling you to go out here and simp out. I'm not telling you that the situation in America is untenable. It's not. It is difficult. Right? Everything's difficult right now, right? Buying groceries is difficult in this country. Of course, dating is going to be difficult. Buying groceries is difficult. That is something that America actually had a stranglehold on, right? I don't know if you've ever tried to buy groceries in other parts of the world. It is not like buying groceries in America. It is not. You walk into these places and you be like, boy, I'm glad I'm hungry, because if I wasn't hungry, I would not buy anything to eat out of this location, right? So the biggest thing is, exactly, Marty, shoot. The biggest thing that I want men to understand is it's not a cheat code to go overseas. I am saying this as somebody that travels quite frequently. My passport is embarrassingly one country right now. Embarrassingly so. I think I'm going to put a business in that country, so I have an excuse now. But embarrassingly so to one place. And one of the things that I can tell you is that the women there are not easier than the women here. They're not. And I know a lot of guys, they post videos and they come online and they say, man, when you go overseas, it's so much better. I'm not telling you that it's not better, right? But it's not like I don't know, steak and bologna better, right? It's not. It's like skirt steak and T-bone better. Right? It's better, but it's not bologna and steak better. Maybe tell Paul Pierce that. Paul Pierce knows this. Paul Pierce is frustrated, and the reason why I played the first clip and this clip is because they got culture. They ain't 100% have culture. Oh, we're gonna get into it now. I'm not about to diminish the reason why I travel so much, right? But when a guy like Paul Pierce, right, now you got to understand, Paul Pierce is out of a divorce. I don't know how recent, but divorce sometimes linger, right? But when a man of Paul Pierce stature, right, like we do have to admit, I'm not saying he's a top tier or a top third black man, right? But he has everything that women want, right? Paul Pierce has everything that women want. He's tall, he's rich, He's one of the best in his craft. Okay? When that man speaks to frustrations, right? If he's frustrated, obviously every man beneath him will also have a level of frustration. That is valid, right? But the reason why I played the very, very, very first clip, right, was like, yo, you guys have to get into the habit of shooting your shot, right? Even if you miss, even if you airball, right? You got to have the confidence to shoot, right? So you can start to understand what choosing signals look like. And I hate using that because that's one of those red pill things. Like, you need to understand when women are choosing you. And then all the men, it's like, well, I'm not tall, so women not choosing me. Or I'm not rich, so men not choosing me, right? You could be rich and you could still end up like DJ Act, where you're taking a bunch of other dudes, girls, on vacation. And then you mad because they don't want to be in the video. Like, you can still be that freaking weird, all right? It doesn't matter if you're rich, okay? But you do have to be masculine. Rejection builds character and builds a better game plan. Absolutely, right? You have to stay ready, right? But Paul Pierce is speaking to a frustration level right now, right? In the dating world. And I do like that men are saying, hey, I need a space to voice my frustration, right? I don't think that should be shut down just because it's not something that women want to hear. I was telling my boys today, I was like, yo, I don't know what I clicked on TikTok, but I have that whole black girlfriend effect going on right now. I like them black, body unique, so does the hey, bruh. It's my burner TikTok of all things, right? And I need my burner TikTok because that's how I go view everybody's stuff. And I'm like, it's broken right now. Like, China is really just screwing with us because it wants men to be, it wants men to be frustrated, right? It wants us to be divisive. It wants black men to be looking at American black women or American women in general and just saying, hey, you're not good enough, right? As men, we shouldn't fall for that propaganda, right? We shouldn't, right? There's good women in the United States. With that being said, go find your favorite country and do it this year. This year, find your favorite country as a man and go there, right? Because the other thing that I like about that clip that we played was I messaged a young lady that was in London, right? And the way, as you saw, right, when I sent her that message, I had not spoken with her in a while, right? I saw her the last time I was there, but I hadn't spoken to her in a while. And I say, hey, I just need a reason, right? What did she say? When are you coming? How long are you staying? That's her saying, hey, come over here and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And that, I will admit, isn't something that a lot of men find in the United States. Yeah, I said find a favorite country. Because what it does is it kind of lets you know what you want, man. Like when you find a favorite country, yeah, maybe for the ladies too. Well, maybe y'all have favorite countries. Y'all got the Bahamas, y'all have Antigua, y'all have Jamaica, and supposedly y'all have Italy. I don't know. I haven't been to Italy, but those are the places that I hear sisters say they're going to, right? But I agree, because when you go somewhere, what you find out is everything that you really, really like, right? And the ladies there kind of find you a little bit exotic, right? Because you are exotic. And when you leave the country, instead of just being like in America, you're a black man, right? But when you go to a lot of these other countries, you're an American as a man. And for a lot of black men, that's the first time that they've just been American. So I see where Paul Pierce is coming from, right? Because even Paul Pierce, probably for the first time, I don't know where Paul Pierce went to, but he had a great time because he done came back and he's kicking everybody's back in, right? But you gotta think about it. This is an upwardly mobile, very, very wealthy man that's probably for the first time said, out of the country, felt like an American. Go and travel, right? But when you travel, matter of fact, I was in a group chat with three guys, right? So all the guys in the group chat are divorced or dealing with divorce, right? And one of the things that I told them, I was like, bro, I would never, because a clip was shared, and it was kind of like going in on, like, yo, don't date these Western women, date. I think the guy was in Brazil, right? And I said, I don't like these clips. And the reason why I don't like these clips is because if I'm having a great time, I don't have to post about it. Everybody gets on me because I travel and I never post. And I always tell folks, like, yo, the only reason I don't post is because I'm having a great time, right? I don't need confirmation that I'm having a great time. I don't need anybody to know what their common factor for their divorce. I would like to say that the men contributed to their divorce, but honestly, the men contributed way too much financially to their marriages. Barack said, "Women, I'm not going to do that tonight." But y'all do need the footage. But here's the thing: if I do need to post the footage because the world is beautiful, right? And let me add this. Let me give the United States some props here. When I do leave the country and I come back, I always appreciate this country because our infrastructure is amazing, right? Our airports, our roads, traffic lights, things that you would never imagine, underground utilities, right? Not having holes in your sidewalk, it's crazy. But with that being said, these men aren't wrong to say, like, yo, when I go out of the country and I live in these countries, right? I stay in these countries for a week or 2 weeks. I'm treated differently, right? So you need to listen to these guys, right? When men are telling you, like, hey, I'm being treated differently, that's something that you need to pay attention to if you care about these men. If you care about them. If you don't care about these men, keep doing what you're doing. But if you actually care about these men, you need to listen. You need to listen to what they're saying. And I know, I know our sisters have a problem of paying attention during conversations. All right, I'll leave it at that. All right, I get it. But if you care about these men, right, you need to listen to them. There are no higher earning men in the world than American men. Facts. Hey, period, point blank. Nobody makes more money than the men here. There's no more egalitarian men on the planet than American men. Period. There's no men that take care of children better than American men. And I'm not even talking about American black men. I'm just saying American men. So if you want the best men in the world, like, there is a problem in this country, and the men are complaining about it, but there is a problem in this country of our women not understanding that they're being born in the Garden of Eden. And unfortunately for men, or unfortunately for the women, a lot of men are figuring out that they're not being born in the Garden of Eden, that their Garden of Eden might be elsewhere, right? So 2 points that I want to make here, not to belabor the point, right? But 2 points that I want to make here is, one, here in the United States of America, do not be afraid to just speak to a young lady and shoot your shot, right? If she don't want you, all right, don't be weird. Don't be weird. If she don't want you, chill, right? And because if you shoot your shot, one of the things that you will learn is, next time she see you, she might be more open to it. She might just be having a bad night. You're going to see the same people over and over again, right? That's the first thing. So don't be afraid to shoot your shot here. But the second thing that I do want to stress is, don't be afraid to go overseas and enjoy yourself. But don't make it be this, I'm trying to get my lick back type scenario, right? Make it a, you know what? Let me go and see how I am viewed as a man outside of this country. That is beneficial. That I assure you, that right there is beneficial. I'm telling you, it's good. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. I would not lie to you. There's a reason why my passport is embarrassingly stupid when it comes to me traveling to one particular place. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and be like, oh no, you guys stay here. Now there is one country that I'm never going to give y'all as soon as I can get into it. I'm never going to give y'all that country. I am going to go there and I will hold that one until I am in my 80s before I ever share it. But travel everywhere else though. Travel everywhere else for sure. All right, let me see here. Let's get this. Let's talk some basketball and I'm gonna get out of here for the night. I actually like this clip. Let's throw this in real quick.
That's why Lamar. So that's cool. Let's not act like Draymond was fucking LaMarcus Aldridge.
He was doing what?
Let's not act like Draymond Green is LaMarcus Aldridge
at all.
He's a champ
At all.
That's the only thing he has on him. That's the only thing he has. That's the only thing he has on him.
It's not even close.
That's the only thing he has on him.
It's not even close.
That's the only thing that Draymond has on him.
All right, everything.
That's the only thing.
Everything.
We're talking about basketball
Everything.
here. We're talking about basketball.
Everything.
We're talking about
Okay,
basketball
LaMarcus
here.
can score. What else he can do?
Nigga, there's not.
What else can he
I
do?
can list 200 people that's better at basketball than Draymond Green.
Name me 200.
I'm just asking.
Name me 200.
Name me 200 is wild.
Friendships aside, we talking about
You just
bad.
won-
Look,
you just
going
won.
out and playing
He was
basketball.
just there.
Boy, yeah, you crazy.
He was just there. Nigga don't know how to win.
So
He's just
is
there.
Draymond better than Al Jefferson?
He's just there.
Is Draymond better? Is Draymond better than Al Jefferson?
Answer that.
Is Draymond Green
Are you
better than
talking
Al
about
Jefferson?
buckets or what?
Basketball.
Basketball, bro.
Overall
basketball. Yes, overall.
Basketball. Basketball.
Oh, man, stop
Is
disrespecting.
Draymond Green better than Elton Brand?
Stop disrespecting that man, man.
Draymond Green better than Elton Brand?
Don't disrespect that man.
Huh?
I ain't gonna disrespect him like this.
I'm asking a specific
I'm
question.
not gonna put down another player to look
I'm
for
at
another
it.
player.
I'm not.
I like
He has
Draymond.
championships. He did
I
what
like
he did for the
Draymond,
Golden
four
State Warriors.
championships. Yes, defense player of the year. Yes.
All that. Yes.
None of
Cool.
them niggas
Yes.
did that.
Yes.
Okay, they can
Yes.
score.
Is he a
It's
better
more than that.
basketball player
I don't
than
need him to do that over here.
Is he a better
I
basketball
need him to
player?
be a 6'6". I need him to be a 6'6" center.
He is.
And make everybody else try to go get somebody like me.
No,
That's what I did.
There's only one Draymond Green.
Yeah, it is. Honestly,
There's only one Draymond
That's
Green.
all it is.
But
But
I asked
they
you a
tried.
question. I asked you a
And
question.
nobody came close.
Is he better than them guys?
Shit.
Is he better than Al Jefferson?
30% of the championships in that decade.
Cool. I'm with it. No, I ain't take nothing from him. I'm not. He did what he did. Absolutely. I'm with him. Yeah, I ain't never said nothing bad about Draymond Green, but I just want to know, is he a better basketball player than them dudes? That's all.
Is
That's
Dennis
all I'm
Rodman
asking.
is? Is Dennis Rodman is?
Is a better basketball player than Draymond Green?
No, then Al Jefferson.
Then who?
Al Jefferson.
Is Dennis Rodman? Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I can answer that, yes.
What's so far off? Please tell me. I want to know what's so far off besides impact and being cool.
Dennis Rodman's better than Draymond Green?
That's what I'm saying. Like, please.
Jefferson's giving
Is who?
25.
Dennis Rodman's better than
Are y'all on dope
Draymond
or
Green?
dog?
Yes.
Y'all are crazy.
Too much blood.
I'm Melly Crash. You go look at
Too much
Dr.
blood
Bob's
green
body
in your
and
diet.
Y'all
Too
get
much
y'all
blood green
motherfuckers
in your diet.
Y'all crazy.
Hey man, y'all young boys, y'all gotta stop when it comes to basketball, man. All right, LaMarcus Aldridge averaged like 19 and 8 in Portland for his career. All right, y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop this, man. Okay. Draymond Green is not better than LaMarcus Aldridge. All right, he's not. He's not. And Kenyon Martin would have been well within his rights to start a fight right here. 100% well within his rights to start a physical altercation with Nick Young regarding saying that Draymond Green is better than LaMarcus Aldridge. You guys gotta stop equating rings to greatness, right? Rings is a part of it, right? But you got to have a team around you to win a ring. I agree. Kenyon Martin is one of my favorite basketball players to actually watch. Brock, he has a point. Like, because when you look at the work that Kenyon Martin had to put in for his game, Draymond also put in work for his game, right? But Kenyon Martin, if you look at his trajectory from Cincinnati to becoming a pro, and I'm pretty sure Kenyon Martin was drafted in the first round. Draymond was drafted in the second round. Somebody can fact check me on that, but I'm almost certain Kenyon Martin because I used to watch him at Cincinnati. You guys got to stop equating. Marty is on it. Marty is on fire right now. You guys got to stop equating rings and being on great teams to mean that you are also a great player. A lot of great players never play on great teams. Alex English, truth be told, might have been as good as Dr. J, right? That is not as a big a stretch as it seems. All right. Well, Flowers, he evidently, because he won 3 rings, you know, he's one of the greatest players of all time. Draymond Green is a very, very good player. He's going to be a Hall of Fame player, right? Draymond Green is not better than LaMarcus Aldridge. He's not better than Dennis Rodman, right? If we was playing pickup basketball, I would agree. A healthy Larry Johnson is better than Draymond Green, right? If we were playing pickup basketball and it's Draymond there and it's Kenyon Martin, I guarantee you're picking Kenyon Martin. You're picking a guy that dunks, can pop out and shoot, and block everything at the rim, right? It's not what Draymond Green is doing. All right, you guys got to stop equating this new school basketball to old school basketball, or the rings attributed to him as overall roster. I mean, look, I do think Draymond Green was good. I think Draymond Green definitely contributed to how good Golden State was, right? But I think if you took Draymond Green off of that team and you put LaMarcus Aldridge on that team, I don't think you need Kevin Durant anymore. I think that team would be irritatingly, amazingly good. So Nick Young, I'm with Kenyon Martin 100% on here, right? Like Draymond Green. You quite possibly could name 200 players that are better than Draymond Green. And again, look, me and Draymond Green in a dark alley, it's going to be a problem for me. All right? But LaMarcus Aldridge and Draymond Green in a dark alley, it's going to be a problem for Draymond Green. Flower said, could Draymond be replaced and they still have those rings? Again, if you take any power forward that you want, take Draymond Green out and put that power forward in, and that kind of gives you your answer. And Nick Young is definitely Draymond Green's friend. And big up to friends that defend their friends like this. Big ups to them that do this. But that's all we have for the live stream tonight, man. I appreciate you guys coming in, piling in. It's a fun conversation tonight. Marty, appreciate you showing up. Walker, appreciate you showing up. Mimi was here. Appreciate the young lady that was in here earlier. I forget her name. That was entertaining. But appreciate people from around the world coming in. Gavin said he defends me. Gavin, I don't know if I want to hear your conversations when I'm not around, bro. Oh man, but no, man. Hey, it was a great night, man. I appreciate you guys, filing in. We're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep doing this until this thing gets huge, until it gets big. Hey, appreciate y'all, folks. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody that has supported the pod from day one, and appreciate for everybody that supported the pod from last week. Y'all are the same to me. It's like my favorite child, right? I don't have a favorite child. I appreciate all y'all the same, which is a lie, what parents tell us. But with that being said, holla at your boy.